Hi, it's Lenneke from Len's Crafty Life, and I'm sorry I haven't been on for some time. It's been a busy time with reorganizing my craft room, having my bathroom totally ripped out and put in a new one, which gave a lot of dust. I've been sick, I've been on holiday, I've been still reorganizing my craft room, and I'm still not done. But anyway, this is my entry for Debbie Harris, so from CraftyStuff. She has her very first challenge, so I finally managed to participate again in a challenge, which is about time. And she wanted us to make some kind of almost like a postcard size 10 by 15 centimeters. Not sure what it is in inches. I think it's about 4 by 6 possibly, I'm not sure, but I'll pop a link to her challenge video below this video, so please do check it out. It runs officially till the 7th of April. She may or may not extend the date because she told me there's a lot of entries still on the way, so I guess in this time probably the postage is being a bit crazy and slow as well. I am already a bit late with this entry. I'm from the Netherlands and it has to go all the way to Australia, so I'm very sorry about Debbie. So you can leave me out if this arrives way too late. Leave me out of the draw, but I just really wanted to participate in your very first challenge. So you had to make it in kind of like your own colors, your own style, and my favorite colors, as you may well know, are whites, creams and soft pinks. So it is kind of it's all fabric, but in between here there is kind of like a stiff layer of felt, and then I put some very pretty fabric. You'll see it better on the back, that I got from Krista from Second Chance Creations, Krista Neal. Then I had this pretty image that I printed off, and I printed it on like a photo canvas. So it is fabric, but it's quite sturdy, and I just love it. I'm not too much into yellows, but there is a lot of pink in there as well, and I just love the whole image of this lady with this beautiful hat. You can hardly see her face. It's been disguised by the hat with all these beautiful flowers, and I love the dress with all the laces, and she has this pearl necklace that she's holding. So I still think it's a very pretty image. So I went around it just to pick up on the pink in the image. I went around it with some pink trim, put some pearls on it, and I had these beautiful appliques that I got from Jeannie Dreamer a while back. Put those on, and I put on these kind of swirly roses, which are actually from a trim that I had in my stash. I put those on, and I put this little flower in there. It's an acrylic, how do you call it? Resin. Now I'm not sure if this is resin, but anyway, it's a little pink flower. And then this trim I had in my stash. This actually is the bottom from the oh no, this was not the lace from Krista Neal that I used on the back. This was basically actually from a net curtain. So this whole part from the top to the bottom is a piece like the bottom part of a net curtain, and since the edging was very pretty, I decided to keep that on, and I folded it so it's the same material on the back as well. And this beautiful trim I got from my daughter Lauren, and actually I had the same trim also from my daughter Megan. I got that for Christmas this last year. So there's some pieces of bling that were already on there, so I decided to use that. And then here on the back is the piece of material that I used, that I got from, let me just take that out, that I got from Krista Neal. It's a very beautiful lace, so thank you, Krista. It's absolutely lovely, and again I decided to have the nice edging on the top to make this pocket. And here you can see a bit better the embroidery on the net curtain that I use. So this fabric again goes all the way to here. So that's the net curtain. And then she wanted us to pop in a little card with all our details. Now I haven't written my details in here yet, so it's just plain empty, but I will. And this is just a piece of paper that I had in my scrap box, or I have this little suitcase very small kind of children's suitcase with pieces of scrap paper. This actually I had left over from some cards that I've been making, which I will show soon in another video. I've been making those cards recently, so that's really nice to pick that up again. And again, I just used some scraps that I had in my scrap fabric box, and then I had this is from a bought piece of paper with all sorts of lovely rose images that I bought in a crafty shop. And I put some tiny little 3mm pearls. They are so tiny, but they go on here perfectly. So let me get that in focus, and then I will show you the card that I made as well. This is one of the cards that I made, and this one I decided to use for this entry, to send this to Debbie. So I hope, Debbie, you like this as well. And the reason I am back into card making again, which is a positive thing, but the reason why is a bit negative, because from the 1st of January the mail prices have all gone up again, which is totally ridiculous. The only thing we can mail now in a normal envelope, and that you just have to pay, say, like for the weight of the envelope, is if what you put in the envelope is paper, is like a letter or just a card. If you pop in anything else with any other materials like this, it has to go via, not via letter mail, but via a package mail, and the price goes up more than double compared to last year, which is a major bummer. It's still not as bad as in the US, but it's closing in there. So the only good thing about this is that the package can be heavier for that price. So now I am definitely, since I have to pay more anyway, I will stuff my packages till the maximum weight that I pay for. So I have weight left over in my package for these cards, because these homemade cards are quite heavy. So I'm back into card making again. I hope you got that story. It's kind of complicated, but that is why I'm making cards again. So this is one of the cards that I made, and you may know that last year and 2 years ago I went to this lady with a card making workshop, which was great. So this is not my own idea, this design. It is hers. Am I in focus now? I hope it. This paper that I use is a bit shiny. But this is again from a piece of paper with all these images that I bought at this lady's shop. And then this design, I don't know if it's the design of this card is her original design, but you can kind of stand it up like this. And then, ta-da! You can obviously see the front. And if it doesn't stand, you can even bend it backwards a little bit and it will stand even better. So this is just a flip card, so it's 2 cards. This one is shorter than that one. This is all folded. This is kind of folded. Then there's this flip up. And then I used the front paper. I doubled again here. So I used the same from a paper block. I used the same paper twice. But then in here is a different piece of paper. And I'll, of course, write my message on here. And this paper I used in the flaps behind here, so that kind of, you know, it comes back. Too many different kinds of papers I don't really like, and this is also the way that the lady did it. And then of course I had this I used my die cuts, which is nice in card making, and this as well is one of my very pretty etching die cuts. And then I put on the pearls on 2 rows here and 2 rows there, and of course the little flowers, and I went over it with a bit of gesso, because especially this one and this one were very bright, so I just wanted to blend that in and soften the colors a bit. So I hope Debbie, you like the card as well, and my entry for your very first challenge. And I'll pop in some other goodies as well in this package, since I want to go for the maximum weight anyway. I need to do some destashing anyway. I have way too many items to craft with, because I like going to charity shops. And I find a lot of things, as you may know, and they don't cost a thing. So I have just too much. So I decided, since I have to pay more for shipping anyway, I'll just stuff the envelopes and destash a bit, and hopefully others like you, Debbie, will like what I sent you. And if not, just feel free to pass it on to somebody else who may be able to use it. So anyway, this will be off in the mail soon, and thank you all for watching and hope you're doing well. Bless you all. Bye bye.